Hey mate, can you take me down to the station? But I don't like the bumps, so could you please try to pass over them?
Passover? Don't talk to me about Passover. I can tell you a story about Passover. Passover was when the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt by Pharaoh. Pharaoh's a right wide boy, he is. Golden throne, big shiny crown, bling everywhere. Now over time, the slavery gets tougher and tougher. And the Jews, they were saying to one another, this slavery is doing my nutting. After some time, they passed a decree to put all the newborn 4B2 boys down in the River Nile. And this was to prevent the Israelites getting too large in population. Now this fella, Moses, was born, and his mum puts him in a little basket, casts him into the Nile, and she says to him, be good old boy, and she casts him into the Nile, hoping he'll be safe from the Egyptians. Now Pharaoh's bricks and mortar was having a little bit of a walk down by the Shake and Shiver, and she spots baby Moses in the basket, and she shouts out, here, there's a bowl of gravy down in the Shake and Shiver. And then Pharaoh's daughter takes him back to her rat and mouse. Well, it's more than a rat and mouse, it was a palace actually. And she brings him up as her own little currant bun. So once Moses grows up, he's wandering along, he's minding his own business, and he sees this Egyptian slave master giving a 4B2 a right good pasty. So Moses goes up, has words with him, one thing leads to another, next thing you know, the Egyptian's brown bread. And Moses says to himself, uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble here, and he has it on his Sebastian coes and he gets out of there. The next thing you know, Moses is on the hurry up out of Egypt. So he goes off down to Midian and he meets a fella called Jethro and he marries his bricks and mortar. And then he became a shepherd looking after the little Bo Peep. So Moses was 80 now. He's walking along, minding his own business, and all of a sudden there was a bush and it was all Jebediah. And it turns out it's only God talking to him. He says to Moses, go back to Egypt and save my stick of clues. Moses says, I don't think I'm the right man for the Uncle Bob. And God says, listen son, just do it if you know what's good for you. So Moses packs up his family and off they go back down to Egypt. So he goes to Pharaoh and he says, listen, I was having a word with a good lord in this burning bush, and he said, you've got to let the 4B2s out. And Pharaoh says, are you having a giraffe? They ain't going nowhere, son. So God brings 10 plagues on Egypt, and they were royhud, frogs, brown rice, animals. Were they wild? I'd say they were pretty furious. Death of the livestock, and that included the little Bo Peep, the chairman mouse, the bottle of sauces, the whole lot, brown bread. Oi, get in your own lane, you plonker! Some people are just asking for boils. Where was I? Oh yeah, boils, hail made of Jeremiah, locusts. Then Egypt goes all Regent's Park, firstborn boys, all brown bread. And then after each plague, Pharaoh says yes, then he says no, then he says yes, then he says no, then he says yes, then he says no. And then, before the last plague, the Israelites, they're told to get a royhud of a little Bo Peep and paint it on the Bobby Moore post. And that would spare them from the plague. And then, eventually, Pharaoh comes running out and he went to the Israelites, he said, no, this is taking a biscuit. Everybody out. Go, go. So Moses and co, they don't lose any time in getting out of there and they head up pronto. So, after 7 days, they get to the Sea of Reeds. But would you, Adam and Eve, it? That Pharaoh has only gone and changed his mind again and sent all the soldiers after them. What a chutzpah. So the Israelites find themselves trapped between a housemaid's knee and the whole Egyptian daft and balmy. They pray to God and God says, keep moving, keep moving. And Moses, he says, are you radio rental? And God, he splits the housemaid's knee and the Israelites, they pass straight through. The Egyptians, they try to follow them with the chariots and the whole lot comes crashing down on their loaves of bread. And that's them gone, out the picture, bish bash bosh, sorted. And when they saw all the Egyptian bodies washed up on the beach and they realised they were finally free, they sang a song of praise to God. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions.
That's not quite how I remember the story. Gosh, this traffic's really bad. It's going to take us weeks at this rate.
Weeks? The Festival of Weeks? I know a story about the Festival of Weeks.
To stay up to date with the latest JTV content, if you're on YouTube, click subscribe below the video and the alarm bell. And if you're on Facebook, click the like button, and under following, click see first.